Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Murwillumbah's inaugural Speed on Tweed meeting, the gathering place for historic touring, sports and racing cars of all types, here to enjoy themselves on this wonderful street circuit on the north coast of New South Wales. With us, the icon of Australian motorsport, Sir Jack Brabham, triple world champion.
It's great to come to somewhere like Murwillumbah, where they've got all the old cars from the old days, cars as old as what I am. It's just fantastic to be involved in a meeting like this, it really is.
It's an absolute honour to have Sir Jack Brabham here with us. You can see how the crowd are responding to him wherever he goes. They want to know about him, they want to talk to him, and for us it is absolutely spectacular that he should be here.
Did you ever race this in Monaco? Yeah, because I got a picture of you in the car in the pits in Monte Carlo. Have I? Yeah.
Well, I'm surprised that there's that much enthusiasm. And I haven't raced for many, many years, but at the same time it's surprising how many people come along and said, oh, I remember seeing you race at Warwick Farm or Bathurst, etc., etc. There's still a lot of old ones out there as well.
Excuse me, Jack. Could you sign this for us, please, Jack? Yeah, shake your hand too.
Right, how are you?
Gary Burrows, Jack.
Well, he's an icon, an Australian sporting icon, and it might be 30-odd years since he raced, but that doesn't mean anything to these people. These people are just so excited to be able to have the opportunity to talk to this man and shake his hand and get an autograph from him.
Motor racing has been in my blood really for a long time. I started out in 1947 driving midget cars in those days on the cinder tracks, dirt tracks around Sydney. I think the experience that I had on the cinder tracks for that 7 years before I went overseas was a wonderful training ground.
I saw you racing in the New Zealand Grand Prix, and I enjoyed it. I was only young.
I went to New Zealand for the first New Zealand Grand Prix, and that gave me the opportunity to meet some of the overseas drivers. And of course, I got talking to them about Europe racing, and I didn't really know anything about what was happening overseas at that time. And they suggested to me that why not come over to Europe and get a year's experience. So I thought, yeah, I'll do that. So I went over, but it took me 17 years to come back.
We followed every race. I mean, I had a shortwave radio set up so that I could get the results from the BBC when Jack was racing, and it was just so important that an Australian was achieving.
He was just so unbelievable in his ability to drive a motor car and be able to assess what was needed to make the car go as quick as possible at the time.
If in a race the opposition was getting a little bit close, another driver was harrying right on his tail, he'd be, well, concerned about it, but all of a sudden the spectators would notice the second car had dropped back, and that's because Jack had just gone off the road an inch or two and spat up some dust and gravel and dirt, you know. So that kept them back out of his sight for a while.
Going into a corner, he'd be pretty wide, so you get him stoning up in your face, and through the corner he'd run a bit wide again, give you another stone just to keep you awake, you know. He didn't muck about. I never saw him, you know, anything other than real quick.
Yeah, I had a fantastic dive with Bruce McLaren, and that was pretty exciting on its own. But on the last lap, actually down the back straight, my car threw a rod, and there was a big cloud of smoke and everything out the back. And I virtually coasted to the finishing line, but Bruce, of course, was there long before I got there.
The crowd roared, well, firstly in disappointment and then with enthusiasm as he made the final finish.
We had a motto, actually, that you can be first after me.
And coming Coming up to the line now, Australia's triple world champion, Sir Jack Brabham in the Repco Brabham BT19, the car of his own construction in which he won the 1966 World Championship.
I never get tired of driving that old car either. It's been a wonderful car over the years, and it's been very well looked after, and it's a pleasure to come and drive it. Coming to Murwillumbah, I have a really good excuse to get back in the car and drive it again, and I'm afraid that's something I'll never ever get tired of.